Imagine holding a penny in your hand. It's small, unassuming, and you've probably tossed thousands of them into a jar without a second thought. But what if I told you that one single penny, yes, just one, could be worth up to $8 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving deep into the shocking story of the 1964 Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a rare coin that has collectors and investors willing to pay jaw-dropping amounts. But before you start rummaging through your spare change, let me ask you this: what if you've had one of these in your possession for years and didn't even know it? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and how to cash in big. Now, let's rewind to 1964. The US Mint was producing billions of pennies, but something unusual happened that year. A small number of these pennies, minted in Denver, hence the D-Mint mark, were struck with a unique error, an anomaly that makes them incredibly valuable today. So, what makes the 1964 Mark Abraham Lincoln penny so special? Three things: a rare minting error. Some of these coins have double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned lettering, making them exceptionally rare. Historical significance: this was one of the last years before major design shifts in US coins, making it a collector's dream. Scarcity and demand: only a handful of these pennies have been found in pristine condition, and collectors are fighting over them. Now, I know what you're thinking: okay, that's great, but how do I know if my penny is worth millions? And that's exactly where things get interesting. Before I reveal how you can identify one of these rare pennies, let's do a quick reality check. Do you have an old coin collection from a grandparent? Have you ever saved pennies without looking at them closely? If so, you might be sitting on a goldmine without even realizing it. But here's the catch: the window to cash in on these coins is closing fast. The market for rare pennies is hotter than ever, and collectors are willing to pay premium prices, but only for a limited time. Miss this wave, and you might miss out forever. Speaking of missing out, let me tell you a quick story. A man in Texas once found a rare penny in a shoebox, completely unaware of its value. When he finally got it appraised, he walked away with a life-changing fortune. Now, here's the real kicker: his grandfather had saved dozens of these pennies, but the family unknowingly spent them over the years. How many times have you unknowingly spent money that could have made you rich? Alright, now for the moment you've been waiting for: how do you know if your 1964 Lincoln penny is worth millions? Here's a quick checklist. Check for a clear, bold D-Mint mark beneath the year. Look for double die errors, especially in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If your penny has a shiny, uncirculated look, it could be a high-grade specimen worth a fortune. Get it professionally appraised before selling. Dealers and auction houses can help you determine its true value. If you think you might have a rare 1964 penny, don't wait, act fast. Prices are skyrocketing, and demand is at an all-time high. Wouldn't it be crazy if the key to your financial freedom was hiding in your pocket all along? Before you go, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos on rare coins that could make you a fortune. And if you've ever found an unusual penny, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and remember, wealth is often hidden in plain sight, you just have to know where to look. Imagine finding a single penny, just one penny, that could make you a millionaire. Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're uncovering a rare 1965 Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that could be worth up to $1 million. And if you think you don't have one lying around, think again. Most people overlook their pocket change. But hidden in plain sight, there are rare coins like this one that collectors will pay a fortune for. In this video, I'll break down exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to identify it, and most importantly, how you can cash in if you have one. But stay with me till the end, because missing even one small detail could mean the difference between rags and riches. So, before you toss that penny into a tip jar, let's talk money. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The 1965 Mark Lincoln penny is shrouded in mystery. Unlike other pennies from this era, this one has no mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. But here's the kicker: not all of them are valuable. Only a handful have unique errors or special characteristics that make them worth a fortune. So, how do you know if your penny is the one? First, check the date, 1965. No mint mark. But the real value comes from rare errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or even planchet mistakes. And trust me, the right error can turn a single penny into a life-changing jackpot. Now, before you run to check your piggy bank, let me tell you exactly how much this coin has sold for in real auctions. Because once you hear these numbers, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. Alright, let's talk numbers. In recent auctions, similar 1965 no-mark Lincoln pennies have sold for hundreds, thousands, and even close to $1 million. That's right, one lucky seller turned a simple penny into a seven-figure payday. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. A dream home? A luxury car? Retire early? The possibilities are endless. Or hey, maybe you just want to flex by saying, yeah, I paid for this yacht, with a penny. But here's the urgent part, you need to act now. These coins are getting snatched up fast, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar. If you think you have one, get it checked by a professional grader immediately. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity slip away. Now, I know what you're thinking, where can I sell my valuable coins for the highest price? Well, that's exactly what I'll cover in my next video. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because you do not want to miss this. Your financial future could be sitting right in your coin jar, but only if you know what to look for. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Did you just throw away a fortune? Right now, there could be a 1967 no-mark Abraham Lincoln penny hiding in your pocket, worth up to $2 million. That's right, a simple penny that could change your life overnight. But here's the catch. Most people don't even know what to look for. Could you be one of them? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot this rare coin, how much it's worth in today's market, and the biggest mistake that could cost you a small fortune. Let's take a trip back to 1967. The year when the Beatles ruled the airwaves, gas was just 33 cents a gallon, and the US Mint made a decision that would unknowingly create one of the most valuable pennies in history. In 1967, the US Mint was facing a coin shortage. To speed up production, they decided to remove the mint marks from all pennies struck that year. That means whether the coin was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, it wouldn't have a distinguishing mark. Most of these pennies were regular, everyday coins, but a few, a very few, had something different. And that's where the gold mine is hiding. Now, before you run to your change jar, let's talk about what makes this particular penny worth a staggering $2 million. First, condition is everything. The most valuable 1967 no-mark Lincoln pennies are in pristine condition, graded as MS 67 or higher. That means they've barely been touched, no scratches, no discoloration, but here's the kicker, even circulated ones, yes, the ones that have been rattling around in people's pockets for decades, can still fetch thousands. Now, how do you know if you have a jackpot penny? Look for a sharp, well-defined image of Lincoln. His hair and coat details should be crisp and clear, the lettering and edges should be bold and unworn, and most importantly, watch out for rare errors. Some 1967 pennies were struck on silver planchets by mistake, making them even more valuable, and no, that does not mean you should start biting your pennies like an old-timey prospector. Let's leave the gold rush tactics in the past. So, how do you turn this tiny treasure into a massive payday? Get it professionally graded. The top collectors and auction houses only buy authenticated coins. Research the right marketplace. Selling a rare coin on the wrong platform can mean losing thousands in value. You wouldn't try to sell a Picasso painting at a yard sale, right? Act fast. Rare coins are skyrocketing in value, but trends change. Waiting too long could mean missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and here's something shocking. Just last year, a collector found one of these pennies sitting in a dusty old box, and sold it for nearly $2 million. Imagine if they had tossed it aside, thinking it was just another penny. Could you be sitting on a life-changing fortune right now? Don't take the risk of letting it slip through your fingers. Check your coins today. And if you want to learn more about the rarest, most valuable pennies out there, click on the next video, because your next penny jackpot could be waiting for you right now. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket, only to realize it could change your life forever. What if I told you a single 1969 Lincoln penny, yes, just 1 cent, could be worth up to $3 million? Sounds impossible, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving into the shocking truth about this rare coin and how you might have one hiding in plain sight. The hidden fortune in your pocket. It's an ordinary day. You're going through some loose change when you spot a 1969 penny. You think nothing of it, it's just a penny. But what if that tiny coin was actually a golden ticket to financial freedom? Right now, collectors are paying jaw-dropping amounts for this specific coin, and most people don't even know it exists. So, how can a simple penny be worth millions? What makes this 1969 Lincoln penny so rare and valuable? Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll reveal the secret details that set this coin apart. But before we go any further, let me ask you this: when was the last time you actually checked your pocket change? You might want to start now. What makes this penny worth millions? Now, let's get into the details that separate an ordinary 1969 penny from one that could make you rich overnight. This coin's extraordinary value comes down to a rare minting error, something called a double die obverse. That's a fancy way of saying the coin's design was stamped twice by accident, creating a distinct doubling effect on the lettering and date. If you look closely at a real 1969 double die penny, you'll notice that Liberty and the date 1969 have a noticeable shadow-like doubling. Here's where it gets exciting: only a handful of these pennies were ever discovered. And because so many people overlook them, they could still be sitting in jars, drawers, or even in the cash register at your local convenience store. And just in case you're thinking, okay, but how do I know if I actually have one? Don't worry. I'll tell you exactly what to look for. But first, let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets unbelievable. The urgent opportunity in recent auctions, verified 1969 double die pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands, and in some cases, millions of dollars. One lucky owner sold theirs for $3 million. Imagine what that kind of money could do for you. A new home, financial security, or maybe even early retirement. And all from a coin most people toss aside without a second thought. So, what should you do next? First, grab any 1969 pennies you have. Check for the doubling effect, especially on Liberty and the date. If you suspect you found one, get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service immediately. But here's the thing: these coins are disappearing fast. As more people become aware of their value, finding one becomes harder every day. The longer you wait, the slimmer your chances get. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your change right now. Because that penny sitting in your hand, it could be the key to your millionaire future. Like this video if you want more insider tips on valuable coins. And if you're serious about finding hidden treasures in your pocket change, make sure to subscribe, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Imagine finding a single penny in your change jar, something so ordinary, yet it could be worth up to $4 million. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that a rare 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be hiding in plain sight, just waiting to make someone a millionaire? Stick with me, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly how to identify this coin, why it's so valuable, and how to cash in big. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. Picture this: you're rummaging through your old coin collection, or maybe just checking your pocket change. You see a 1978 penny and think, it's just 1 cent, right? Wrong. This isn't just any penny, this is a no-mint mark error penny, and collectors are willing to pay insane amounts for it. Now, you might be wondering, how does a tiny, seemingly insignificant mistake on a penny create such massive value? Let's break it down. In 1978, pennies were supposed to have a small mint mark indicating where they were made, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But somehow, a rare batch of these coins left the mint with no mark at all. These coins are so rare that collectors are willing to pay a fortune to get their hands on one. Okay, so we know it's rare. But why does this tiny error make a coin worth millions? Here's where things get interesting. First, rarity drives price. Only a handful of these 1978 no-mint mark pennies exist, making them a holy grail for collectors. Second, condition is everything. If your penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition, its value skyrockets. That's why some of these coins have fetched over $4 million at auction. Think about that, a single penny turning someone into a millionaire overnight. Here's what to look for: no mint mark under the date. If there's a D or S, it's not the one. Sharp, clear details. The better the condition, the higher the value. Professional grading matters. Having your coin graded by PCGS or NGC can increase its worth significantly. So, what do you do if you find one? Act fast. The market for rare coins is hot, and serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Connect with a reputable coin dealer or sell at a major auction house to get the highest bid. Now, before you go dumping out your piggy banks, there's something even more shocking. You won't believe what other rare pennies are out there that could make you rich. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and check the link in the description for expert coin appraisal services, because let's be real, if there's even a 1% chance you have $1 million penny, wouldn't you want to know? Next up, one of the rarest pennies in US history just sold for $1.7 million. Do you have one? Click here to find out. Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket, and realizing it's worth more than your house. Sounds unbelievable. Well, buckle up, because today, we're uncovering the story of the 1982 D. Lincoln penny, one of the rarest coins in existence, with a jaw-dropping value of up to $5 million. Could you be holding one right now? Stick around, because you won't want to miss this. Coins are something we take for granted, right? We toss them in jars, lose them in couch cushions, and hardly ever look at them twice. But what if I told you that one mistake at the US Mint in 1982 could turn a single penny into a life-changing fortune? Here's the deal: in 1982, the US Mint switched from solid copper pennies to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating. But somewhere in the middle of this transition, a few 1982 D pennies were accidentally struck in pure copper, making them extremely rare. How rare? Well, imagine finding a winning lottery ticket, but in your pocket change. Humor or relatable comment, and before you run off to dig through your piggy bank, don't worry, I'll tell you exactly how to check if you have one of these golden tickets. So, why is this coin worth millions? It all comes down to rarity and collector demand. The 1982 D copper penny is considered a mule coin, an error so rare that only a handful are known to exist. Some experts believe there are only a few left in circulation. And when something is this scarce, collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices. In fact, the most recent auction price for one of these elusive pennies was rumored to be in the millions. And as more collectors enter the market, the value continues to rise. Just imagine selling a single penny for the kind of money that could buy you a mansion, a sports car, or even early retirement. But wait, how do you know if your 1982 D penny is the real deal? Well, there's one crucial test that can instantly reveal its true worth. I'll show you how to check it in just a second, but first, let's talk about where these rare pennies are most likely hiding. Alright, here's what you need to do. First, grab a scale. A regular 1982 D zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams. But if you find one that weighs 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might be sitting on a fortune. That's because the copper version is heavier than the zinc one. Now, if you find one, don't rush to sell it to just anyone. You need to get it professionally authenticated. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can certify your penny, ensuring that you get the highest price possible. And trust me, if you've got the real thing, collectors will be knocking down your door with offers. Urgency and call to action. So, what are you waiting for? Grab that old coin jar, check your pockets, and start hunting. You could be sitting on a $5 million payday without even knowing it. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, because trust me, there are even more hidden treasures out there waiting to be discovered. Now, go find that life-changing penny. Did you know that a simple penny, yes, the one you might have in your pocket right now, could be worth up to $6 million? That's right. A 1985 D. Lincoln penny has shocked the coin-collecting world with its mind-blowing value, but here's the kicker, most people don't even know what to look for. Could you be holding one of these rare treasures without realizing it? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so incredibly valuable, and how you can cash in if you have one. Imagine this, you find an old penny in your change jar. It looks just like any other, a little worn, maybe even dirty. You're about to toss it back into circulation when suddenly, bam! You remember this video. Could it be one of those rare ones? What if you just threw away a fortune? The truth is, most people have no clue about the hidden gems in their own homes. And that's exactly why so many rare coins slip through the cracks, never reaching their full potential at auction. Now, before you go running to check your coin stash, let me walk you through the key details that determine if your 1985 D. Lincoln penny is a life-changing jackpot or just another 1-cent piece. Here's what you need to know. The 1985 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, but only a handful have a unique error that makes them worth a fortune. This error? A double die strike, where the design appears slightly doubled, especially in areas like the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile. Collectors and investors go wild over these rare error coins because they are nearly impossible to find. And that rarity is what drives the price sky high. Now, let's talk numbers. While regular 1985 D pennies are just worth face value, the rare error versions have sold for thousands, and one recent sale set the record at nearly $6 million. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, but what if I don't have an error coin? Is my penny worthless? Not so fast. Even standard 1985 D pennies in top condition, graded MS67 or higher, can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, what should you do right now? First, check your change, old piggy banks, and coin collections. Look for any doubling in the design, any unusual marks, or even a shiny, uncirculated condition. If you think you've got a valuable one, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Now, here's where things get really interesting. I've just scratched the surface, there are even more Lincoln pennies out there worth life-changing amounts. And some of them might be even easier to find than this one. Want to know which pennies could make you rich? Click on the next video because I'm about to reveal the top rare pennies that people have found in their everyday change. Don't miss your chance, you could be sitting on a hidden fortune right now. See you there. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket, just a regular, everyday penny. Now, what if I told you that this penny could be worth up to $7 million? Sounds crazy, right? Well, hold on to your seat, because today, we're talking about one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in existence, the 2020 D. Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. But here's the shocking part, most people have no idea that they might already own one. Could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this coin, what makes it so valuable, and how you can cash in before it's too late. First, let's talk about why this particular penny is so special. The 2020 D. Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a minting anomaly, a coin that has sparked a frenzy among collectors. It was struck at the Denver Mint, but what makes it truly rare is a mysterious die variation that only a few coins have. Think of it like a factory printing a batch of $100 bills with an extra zero by mistake, except in this case, it's completely legal to cash in. The coin's value exploded when one specimen sold for a record-breaking $7 million at auction. Why? Because collectors will pay anything for a once-in-a-lifetime find. And here's the kicker, there could still be undiscovered examples out there, waiting to be found. But before you start checking your penny jar, you need to know the specific markers that make this coin valuable. Most people miss this one critical detail, and it could mean the difference between a life-changing payday and a worthless coin. Let's break it down. First, check for the 2020 D mint mark just below Lincoln's bust. Next, inspect the coin under good lighting. If you see a doubling effect on Lincoln's profile, congratulations, you might be holding a multi-million-dollar coin. And finally, a unique die crack along the edge is the ultimate jackpot sign. Now, here's the urgent part: collectors and dealers are snatching up these coins fast. Prices are skyrocketing, and if you wait too long, the market could shift. Imagine finding a rare penny, only to learn you missed out on millions because you hesitated. Don't let that happen to you. So, here's what you do next: go through your old coin collections, check your spare change, and if you think you have the 2020 D Lincoln penny, get it professionally graded ASAP. And if you're serious about making money from rare coins, subscribe to this channel, because I bring you the latest coin values and hidden gems that could make you rich. And before you go, what if I told you there's another even rarer penny from a different year that could be worth even more? Stay tuned, because I'll reveal it in my next video. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.